Okay, so this is going to be a quick little tutorial on the things that I think you should do to help open up your low back and your hips. So we'll start in a child's pose. You're super tight back there, but if you do this repeatedly, you're going to gradually just continue to open up. You can do this first thing in the morning and at bedtime too, anytime throughout the day, but I recommend doing it multiple times a day. Child's pose. This is child's pose. You're probably going to be up here, feeling a little restricted, so your measurement of growth is your hips will go back to your feet, arms overhead. Stay here as long as you need. Take several breaths as you breathe space to where you're tight. You have the option here for your knees to go wide. This is going to get more into your hips. Feels pretty good. So try that out. We'll take a few breaths here. All right, I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm moving on. Knees closer together. That's going to be really targeted towards opening up your low back more than your hips. And I'm probably going to help you open up around this vastus lateralis quad line. Okay? In your low back, everywhere you're tight. And if you need any support, you can put a pillow under here so your body feels supported and has something to let go into. So that's two versions of child's pose. All right, then we'll come forward. It's good to open up your spine with cat-cow, so you can just lift your tailbone, pull shoulders back as you inhale. You're going to find the fluidity of your spine. You're invited in, fluid movement of your spine. We call this cat-cow. And then we'll go into downward dog. Hips up and back. You can walk it out. You're going to stretch where you're tight. Walk your dog. And we'll drop our knees down. We're going to go lizard pose. You're going to take your right foot outside the hand here. It doesn't matter what it looks like. You're going to be into tight spaces here. So just kind of explore around in space as you move your hips around. Find a good spot that you can take about 4 or 5 breaths in, whether that's right here. And over time, you'll bring your forearm down. Don't try to force that though. Only when that's easy will you go lower. And then twisting your spine, you're going to twist towards the foot that's in front of you. Here, you can kind of reach your arm back or take a few circles. You'll be rotating your torso here. You're tight in the hamstrings too, so when we leave here, we'll just glide back. Pull your toes back so you're elongating your leg here. Now you're tight in the back body, so you're bound to round. So your journey of growth and opening is going to be a straight spine. So pulling those shoulder blades back. And you're going to have your leg in a diagonal. You can lift your arm up, still twisted. Good. Then we'll take that right hand down. We're going to bring your foot closer to the midline because it was outside the midline. And we call this like a little half split. This, you'll probably just go ahead and bring your torso upright because you're pretty tight back there. And I want a straight spine. You put a baby bend in your knee. And then just play with that hinging forward. So this is what people do. They round, like going forward. We're not doing that. We want straight spine, because then we're really working those tight lines in the back of the leg here. Straight spine is number one goal. Over time, the leg will lengthen. So we're going to go back and transition towards downward dog. So you can come through that low lunge. So opening up the hips through that transition. And take your foot back here. All right, this is your down dog. It feels good. Breathe into the tightness. I'm going kind of fast because nobody got a lot of time. Take your other foot. This is my left, wider than your hand, so you got lots of space for your hips to play and explore. Moving around. Can't do it wrong, so just explore. Feel the tightness opening up. Good, keep the hips forward. And then you can take that right hand right underneath your shoulder. You can take it wide, play with it. And then peel your left hand up, twisting towards the front knee. Wind up the arm. Get some mobility in your shoulders. Good. You're going to tap down here, and then we're going to open up hamstrings. So glide your hips back. Bring your hands back so you can find that straight spine. And your foot is kind of at a diagonal at this point. And then we'll raise up. So when you do this by yourself, after you get this little routine down, I want you to stay there and breathe longer. So this will be a good starting point though. Again, it's a hinge and not a compression where we're rounding forward. It's an extension at the hip point. Your spine is extending forward. Good, you'll feel that a lot. So it's not passive, the foot's not limp, it's flexed. You're gonna squeeze up here even if you're bending the knee because you're so tight. Over time, you'll get it straighter. Over time, you'll get lower. You gotta do it consistently and you gotta soften into it, breathe. Good, now we did both sides. From here, I want to take you into a squat position. So you come forward through that lunge. These transitions are sneaky because it'll help you open your hips in the transition too. It'll move that way throughout our day. Step your feet forward. And then I'm going to just turn and face you. I want you to take your feet apart. My heels are going in and my toes are externally rotated. That's externally rotating my femur bone into the hip pocket. I'm going to drop my hips down, lift my chest up. You can just ease in and out. Damn it, it's already 7 minutes. In and out. Sit in it, sit in it, sit in it, sit in it, breathe in it. This feels good, opening your low back. You're super tight. You can put a towel, a rolled up towel, a blanket, a pillow underneath your heels so they're elevated, making it more accessible. Then your finishing posture will be happy baby. That's on your back. This is good too, hugging your knees to your chest, rotating side to side, finding the spinal twist. Good for you. And then happy baby. So you'll probably be lifting up, so your journey will be pressing your tailbone down, your lumbar spine down. You can't do it wrong if you're just doing some stuff, feeling some things open. If you do it consistently, change is gonna come. Breath in, breath out. That's for you.